Welcome to episode 32 of the Link Building Show. I'm here with Lee, and today we're going to be talking about how to use Buzzsumo to create campaigns. So Lee, can you tell me what Buzzsumo is?
So Buzzsumo is originally a content marketing platform, but it actually offers a lot of purpose for people in PR. There's a lot of tools on it that can be really useful for making different campaigns, a lot of tools that people don't really know about, and it is a very, very good tool if you learn how to use it properly. So I'm just going to really talk you through that and just see where we go with it, and hopefully get more people into it.
So what sort of campaigns could you do with Buzzsumo?
Okay, so an example I thought for making campaigns, one I've used recently was to make most popular campaigns. So this isn't using search volumes, this is basically using making kind of love-hate pieces where the most hated or most loved people, because what you can do, you can make an analysis report using the very powerful content analyzer, and this can provide you with the Facebook reactions of a bunch of different articles that mention a certain term or person, for example. So you can see the amount of people that have hated on an article that featuring that person, amount of people that loved it, amount of people that were kind of neutral about it. So it's really in depth, and if you export or whatever, you can find really in-depth numbers and stuff.
Okay, so what else could you do with Buzzsumo that you couldn't do with another software, for example?
Okay, so it's not only good for getting research, it's also good for seeing, one of the best features, especially this is when the content analyzer comes in handy as well, is seeing when the best time to send out a campaign is. So what you can do, you can put in the keyword or something that features at the headline of your campaign, and you can see which day or which month or even which year articles for this have been posted the most. So you can see what days this topic gets covered on the most. So it's very useful if you want to send out a campaign in future. So it can really help you boost and hopefully maximize the coverage of your campaigns.
So could you run me through a campaign where you might use Buzzsumo then?
Yeah. So I did a campaign recently, which was a sports campaign around the most hated and most loved NBA players. So what I did for this, I gathered a list of the top 100 most searched NBA players, and I ran their names through the content analyzer on Buzzsumo. And then from this, I gathered the Facebook reactions of articles involving each player. I then tallied these up, and I saw which player had the most amount of negative reactions as like a percentage of the total. So it basically said which players out of all their total reactions were hated on the most on Facebook. So unfortunately it is only Facebook, but Facebook is so wildly popular compared to other social media that it does offer a lot of insight, and you can see kind of what the general consensus is for NBA fans for this story. So I think I found out that although LeBron had like the highest amount of overall like hateful reactions on social media, it was such low percentage compared to its overall, it didn't come out on top. So it kind of gives you some interesting insights when it comes in. And for the loved, I took the highest amount of positive reactions. So this was, for example, the love reactions or the wow reactions on Facebook. So this would essentially mean where people were like, wow, or they really loved an article featuring a player. You could see that really easily from it. And it provides a really good table function, so it kind of converts all the data into a graph. So it's really easy to understand.
Oh, nice.
So have you used it for anything recently?
What Buzzsumo is quite useful for is it tells you the number of times certain things have been mentioned online in articles or videos or anything basically online. And what that is useful for is you can use it within an index. So you could use that, say if you were looking at the most popular sports team, for example, you could see how many times that sports team has been mentioned online, and then include that within a number of different factors that you're using to measure the popularity of that sports team in a campaign.
That's cool, yeah. I like that.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.